Hello gang, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about this puzzle here. This is a puzzle that I've had for about a month. I had some issues with it, got them figured out, finally know how I feel about it, and it's been out for a hot second at this point, so you've probably heard all about it or tried it yourself, but I have finally gotten around to making my review of it. Today we're going to be talking about the Gan15, the newest 3x3 release from Gan, well, flagship 3x3 release. They release tons of 3x3s all the time, I feel like. So yeah, I've had this puzzle for a while, and I like it. I think it's pretty solid. Colors are good. I don't know. Turns pretty good here. What I did want to talk about a little bit was it seems to be that there was an issue with batch ones. Some people's batch ones, when you popped open the centers and you looked at the maglev, some people's maglev did not work properly. There was an issue with it. And that is the problem that I had. And so I had to get that fixed, and that took a bit, and that's why this video has been quite delayed. And basically, one second. Okay, so basically with these puzzles, you pop off the center here, and inside you can see here's the maglev setup. Just get it to focus really quick here, if it will. Well, anyways, this is the maglev setup. So you have this top ring and you have the bottom ring underneath it. And the issue we were having was this bottom ring and top ring were becoming, the bottom ring was becoming misaligned and actually sticking to the top ring, which isn't supposed to happen. It's supposed to turn freely and not touch. You know, maglev, the whole point is that they don't touch, it reduces friction. But they were touching. And so this problem, doing some research, was a problem that was happening to quite a few people online. I was able to find stuff on Reddit and whatnot about it. And so I did reach out to where I bought the puzzle, and they were able to send me a new set of maglev parts that didn't have the issue, which was awesome. But that is why it took me so long to get to this video. And I also did purchase the spring conversion kit from the Cubicle. Wasn't a fan of that. I didn't like how slow the cube felt. And that was just a personal preference thing, because I know some people do like the slowness of springs. I'm liking the maglev on this puzzle, and it's very nice. But anyways, let's talk about the puzzle itself, not the issues that I had with it, because I was able to resolve those issues, and not everybody has that issue. Just, I want to throw that out there, so if you do have that issue, just know it is resolvable, and you can get it fixed. That being said, what do I think about this puzzle? I think this puzzle is really good. This puzzle is extremely light. I think it's, what, like 60 grams, something like that. This is the lightest 3x3 I think I've ever held. When you pick it up the first time, you're going to be surprised, especially me. I was coming from the TV4, which is a heavier puzzle. It has a lot of magnets in it. Going to this cube, I was like, holy cow. It's so light. It's incredibly light. It feels quite airy when you turn it. Very dry out of the box. I put some lube in it, obviously. I got some Speedcube Shop Martian in there right now, and it seems to work quite well. That being said, I don't know if it is placebo because I have a new fun puzzle to play with, but with this cube, I've been able to get more consistent like 12s and 13s and 14s instead of 15s, 16s, and 17s. And I don't know if the cube itself actually makes that much of a difference. Maybe I've just been locked in more the last few days while solving it. But I have noticed a steady decrease in my 3x3 times by just a second or two. What I like about this puzzle too is it comes with the case here, which I love these cases. I wish more companies did these. They're really nice when you're taking your cubes places. You get these extra corner stock magnets. I have the green ones in at the moment, which I want to say is the strongest one. And I think that I like those. I like the way that they feel. I think I have my maglev settings as tight as they can be. So you'd think, yeah, maybe I'd like springs as loose as you could make them, but I actually do not. Yeah, I think this puzzle, it's good. Unfortunately, I don't have like any of the other Gan 3x3s to really compare it to that. All I can really compare it to is my old main, which was well, actually, it might still be my main. I'm not sure. I might interchange them. The TV4 here, and what I can say is this definitely has a clackier feel than the TV4. Pioneer. By the way, I should mention the Pioneer. Those inner magnets kind of matter. So it's a little bit clackier, a little bit louder. I think when you compare it to the Pioneer, the auto alignment is rather similar. At least I don't notice much of a difference. One thing I can say, though, is that auto alignment is similar, and this doesn't have these extra magnets like the TV4 does, those extra repelling magnets. So, you know, you don't get that slowness. The TV4 does have a bit of slowness, especially in those middle layers, which I don't hate. I mean, I don't mind it at all, actually. But, I don't know, there's something about the auto alignment with the speed of the Gan15 that I actually really enjoy. So I can say that. Corner cutting, about the same. But, you know, honestly, with the auto alignment that we have now with these new cubes, corner cutting doesn't... I feel like it's not as important as it used to be. You know, back when magnets and auto alignment and all that jazz weren't a thing, you know, corner cutting was really important. But nowadays, I don't really know if it is as important. But, you know, if you need it, it has good corner cutting. The colors are beautiful. I love the shades. I love putting this in the checkerboard pattern and taking a peek at it. It's actually gorgeous. I would say that this puzzle is also, I'd say moderately forgiving if you have bad turning, like if you have inaccurate turning. You get the most out of the puzzle's speed if you have accurate turning, but you can make some bad turns and still it'll push through them. But occasionally, like personally, I have a rougher turning style. I'll get lockups, but if you have really accurate turning, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, it'll probably push through probably about half of my bad turns. And you know, the rougher ones, the really bad ones, it'll give up, and it won't go. But for the most part, it pushes through them. Whereas like the TV4, maybe it's just the way I have it set up, but sometimes I'd say this can handle about a third of my bad turns. And I don't necessarily want to say that like this is 100% better than the TV4. I think the TV4 has a lot of amazing things about it, including its price point. But I'm also like really in love with the Gan15, and I'm very conflicted about which of these puzzles to keep my main 3x3. At the time of recording this, I do have a competition coming in 2 days, and I'm thinking about using the Gan15 and just seeing how it goes, because the last 2 comps I used the TV4, and I'm just curious, and we'll see how this goes and see if I like, you know, my performance in comp with it. I'm worried that if I do get a bit nervous and shaky, that this puzzle is going to start locking up on me some more, whereas I don't have that issue as much with the TV4, because it has those extra magnets, which is why I use the Pioneer. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty good puzzle. Aside from what seems to be a production issue that was going to be fixed in batch 2, that I had to get fixed. It's exactly what they advertise it is. It's a very fast, good speed cube, and it's really light, so you're going to be quite surprised by that. But it's good. It's, from what I understand, it's better than the 13 and 14, and it's the one that closely resembles the 12. But that the 12 is still the GOAT. And I can't confirm that until Christmas when I actually get my Gan 12, because that cube came out well before I even started doing the YouTube thing. So yeah, that's most of what I have to say about the Gan15. I think it's a good puzzle. I think it's a bit expensive for a 3x3, especially since, you know, X-Man Designs and Hudong and all them, they've been releasing flagships for some pretty good price points lately. But if you're a Gan fanboy or fangirl and you are a fan of the 12, I from what I understand, I don't think that you're going to be disappointed with this. That's like I have 2 complaints about it really. Is one, the price point is quite high for a puzzle that, I don't want to say it feels cheap, but because it's so light, it almost feels a little cheap. And it's made out of plastic and some magnets. So I feel like it's quite expensive for that. But, you know, what are you going to do? And then my second complaint was, you know, that issue that we're having with the maglev. And it's not, like I said, it's not just me. I'm seeing other people have that issue. So I think, you know, be aware when you buy it that you could have the issue, but also be aware that the retailer you got it from should fix that problem for you. Until, from what I understand, until they're out of batch 1s, once they get into batch 2s, they should have fixed it. Because from what I saw online in my research is that Gan knew it was a problem and that they just had to fix a mold for batch 2. So again, should be something that gets fixed, and then we shouldn't have that. And then I can just throw that complaint out the window because it won't be a problem anymore. And then again, keep in mind that if you get this and it's too fast for you, there is a spring conversion kit you can get from the Cubicle. Again, I wasn't a fan of it, but I did try it out, and I just totally oofed this whole thing up. So I guess I'll just scramble. But yeah, it's a good puzzle. It's got a lot of good things about it. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to make this my main or not, but don't be surprised if I do. I just really got to test how it's going to perform in competition for me compared to some of the other puzzles that I have. But other than that, you know, like I said, it's a pretty solid 3x3. And I can't necessarily say that the TV4 is better or the Hudong is better. But if you got the money to spend and you really like Gan, I would not mess up this algorithm. I would consider it. I would definitely consider it. Maybe wait until, you know, they're done with batch 2s and you can confirm that you're not going to have the problems. Because, you know, I got the problem with the maglev, and I had to wait an extra, you know, week or two to really set this puzzle up and try it. And so you may want to wait to avoid that. But other than that, yeah, I'd say a pretty solid 3x3 release from Gan, and it's nice to see that, you know, you can make a cube this light and still pack it full of good features and make it this good. It's pretty awesome. It really is. It's so light. Like you could throw this up in the air and the wind's gonna take it. Like it's like a feather compared to some other cubes. It is as light as a feather, I swear. So yeah, I think I would give this puzzle probably a 9 out of 10. Once the maglev issue gets fixed from the batch 1, so that you're not having that, you know, birth defect, I think I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. And that other 0.5 for me is just partially the price. The price is a price I think is a bit much, but again, what are you gonna do? Inflation, whatever, economy. To be fair, they probably did put a decent amount of engineering in this, and that has to be appreciated. But yeah, so it loses 0.5 because of price, but it is stellar everywhere else. And yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the Gan15, because I know that probably a lot of people have it by now, and it's been out for a while already. So I'm sure that, you know, some of you guys have tried this. So let me know what you think of the Gan15 and your takes on everything. And then if you're enjoying my content, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate that, and it really helps out the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.